My clients recently, we'll call her Michelle, was talking about this guy that they've been dating for a couple of months. They've maybe gone out 6, 7 times, and she was like, I really just want him to invest more in the relationship. And so this is what she wanted. She wanted him to invest more. So how does she get that result? Well, I asked her a couple questions, and the first question I asked her was, okay, what does that look like? And she goes, what do you mean, what does that look like? I want him to put more energy into the relationship. And I said, all right, if he was putting more energy into the relationship, what would he be doing more of? And she said, well, he'd be calling me more. He'd be taking me out more. And I said, okay, how much more would he be taking you out? How often would you guys hang out? And she was like, I don't know. And I said, well, let me ask you this. Would you want to see him every day? And she was like, oh God, no. Like every day, like way too much. And I said, all right, you want to see him once a week? And she was like, twice a week. I want to see him twice a week. I was like, so here's the point. The mistake that so many of us make in this moment is we make vague requests that we have a feeling that we want more of something, but it's not specific. We ask for it, but we're not specific with it. I want you to invest more in the relationship. In his mind, he's thinking, what does that look like? And how do I know when I'm going to hit the mark? Because it's important to recognize that men, especially healthy masculine men, we want to achieve the goal. We want to deliver you happiness. But if it's this open-ended thing where we have no idea how much or how little actually hits the mark, then we're way less likely to actually make the attempt. Because the other thing that's going on is your man doesn't want to scare you away. The guy you're dating doesn't want to turn you off or feel like he's smothering you. And so he's trying to guess, what is it that you want? Where is that line? So avoid the mistake of making vague requests, where you say, I want you to invest more in the relationship, or I want you to call me more, spend more time with me, because we don't know what more is. How do you know when you hit the mark? Clarity is king or queen in this example. So here's the practice. Be willing to make a clear request and make that request early in the process, and don't stack the past where you bring up all the ways in which he isn't living into this request, because then it's just going to feel like criticism. Then it's going to feel like he's failing in this way, and you really want him to fix the ways in which he's not doing a good job. That's going to cause him to feel like he's not measuring up for you, that you're not happy with the way that he's been showing up. And while there's a part of you that's not happy because you would love more, there's a part of you that's happy with what he is doing, which is why you're still in the relationship. So the best kind of request is where you focus on what you love and ask for more of that, but in a clear way, where you say this, hey, I love it when we spend time together. And I can really feel that there's a part of me that's been wanting to, instead of seeing you like every other week, I really would love us to hang out once or twice a week. Would you be willing to make that happen for me? How does he know when he hits the mark? Oh, she asked for once or twice a week. If I'm hanging out with her once or twice a week, maybe the guy's really busy. Maybe he's going to have to make a Herculean effort right now with what's going on in his life with his kids and his job and his side job and the coaching he's doing to make that happen. But he knows that if he can make that happen, then he's living into the relationship that you want, because ultimately he's in that relationship because he wants to grow it. You matter to him. He wants to pour into you. And so knowing where he's hitting the mark with you helps him know what that great relationship with you looks like.